qualifying sessions. Races. You see, taking everybody out right there. So, good times, good fields, a lot of fun things about to happen as we're moving. Thank you, everybody out there, for watching on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube for the Dash for Cash. We'll talk about the first race. They were driving a 305 Modifieds. I missed the start of the race, so I'm to the action. But we have two more races left to go, broken up into heats, and everything will be just fine now. But the winner of the last session, for you is as you see, tossing and tumbling going on, trying to complete some good laps as they are still getting underway. And there we go. Get everything dialed back in where it needed it to be. Mr. Elrod, appreciate it. And this is me, your commentator for Volusia Speedway Park out of Barberville. Jason Followell with you again, Signature Esports and Signature Live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had to make an adjustment on my volume. I had one slider bar up too high and the other one not up high enough. So appreciate it. You were right around with the number 5 of Potter. His last lap, 17.396. It's not showing it up there currently, but that is okay. New telemetry stuff going on, so we're going to look at that and get it all figured out. There is fastest lap times for you and the last lap that they completed. And you're going to start seeing those things now. There we go. Now I'm getting everything worked back out. Okay, Twitch is up there, and I've got Facebook followers. I've got YouTube followers up there as well. We are, of course, if you're following on Facebook, make sure that you give the like and share to all of your friends out there. Twitch, make sure you share your stream out there as well. Give me a follow if you can. And then on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and we'll be good to go. As you see, the 5 getting warmed up. We have a couple of heats, and then it's going to work and then they're going to have, I believe, their feature event right after that. I'm going to pull these things up so that way we can see, to make sure we know what's going on for you. Switch over to, let's take a look at Scoggins right there, running a very, very fast lap of 16.944 in practice here. Coming down to the inside, so it looks like someone got a little bit loose up there. He jumps back into pit road to try to go on and probably complete some more laps. 112 of Evans back in there. See what happens getting out of under the turn as you see the 3 just coasting around of Warner. Well, goodness gracious. Looking around at everything. Gonna put you on the screen, pull something up. I want to make sure I have the... Actually, I don't need to do that. Hold on just a moment. Collecting everything after my day kind of went all funny right there on missing the start. I was as prepared as you could ask for, and now I'm having to fix things on the fly. Anyway, I appreciate everybody out there still watching, of course, and always. I'm going to get all of this ready to go. We've got drivers from all over the world, of course. Some from the UK, some from Australia. I've had the fortunate opportunity to meet quite a few from Canada. That's where some of our drivers hail from. Some right here, just 30 minutes away from where I live. I live right here in the heart of the Lake of the Ozarks, where we became TMZ famous here recently, if you saw all of that. Of course, I was not one of those guys that was out there. Doesn't mean that... can have fun. Also, big congratulations to SpaceX today, as I did watch the launch of Doug and Bob. About as nervous as you could ever ask for. I've watched several over the course of my lifetime, but something new for everybody, and I was very happy to see it. I was watching it with my 6-year-old, so. America's back in the upper atmosphere with astronauts from the United States. So very, very, very cool thing to watch, and NASA and SpaceX working together. Looks like it's going to be a good thing. 112 right there is holding a decent line. Fastest lap for Evans is a 17.683. Moore in the 99. Put out a new top lap of the 16.885 right there. That was or 16.924. And we've got a lot of people going back and forth, getting themselves, trying to jockey for that position. We're going to ride along as Moore held the fastest speed for just a little bit there. We're going to ride around with Moore for just a little bit and see what See what happens there. It's David Moore for you. Dash for cash. Ooh, a little clip of the outside wall there, trying to run that high line, and sometimes you end up on the top side of your roof. I do believe if that were the here's the 21 of Scoggins getting back out on the track as well. I do believe that would real life. That cost a lot of money. I've seen a lot of dirt track races in my lifetime, so a lot of fun things going on. Anyway, Dash for Cash. The way it works is, and they're going to do this a couple of more times. It sounds like they're wanting to head this up. Ryan Warner in the number 3. He's the guy putting this on. So a big thank you for him for having a race for us to broadcast. He is. He's the guy putting on the show and paying out $20 for the first session that he put up, which was the 305s. I believe they raced at Eldora. And then we have the UMPs right here. It's $40 for first place, and you got to earn it though. You got to win your heat or be in the top 5 of your heat, and then you're going to come into the last race, and you got to win it. It's all glory for you. You got to get out there and win it. And then our next race after right after this, after everything gets all situated, when they put the race back up, they're going to put Super Stocks up, and I believe it was Knoxville. We might be going to Eldora there. I think it was Knoxville in the first race. So we're at Volusia right now. So we're gonna be here for this race, and then whenever the other one gets up, you can watch the Super Stocks drive around on dirt. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be exciting. Very quick heats, 7-lap heats, I believe, is what they have, and then a 15-lap B series, and then I think it's 35 laps that they were putting everything on for the featured race. So it's just gonna be fun. It's just gonna be a lot of fun. So waiting for practice to finish. I'm gonna take the time to make sure everything's ready, and I want to talk about some of the series that we do have coming up this week. Of course, tomorrow evening we have the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing truck series. We're going to be driving around in circles for that one. On Monday night we have the No Limit Thunder series, which is those ARCA Malibu Chevys. They're going to be up and running as well. One of our biggest series that we have. Several. I think it's one of the fastest growing, by the numbers, one of the fastest growing iRacing broadcasts and race leagues out there. So you got to get out there and check them out. And that's going to be on YouTube, No Limit Racing, and then of course on Facebook, No Limit Racing right there. It's a No Limit Racing series. And then of course on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JL Follow with all of the information there. On Wednesday nights, we have our NASCAR iRacing League. That is an Xfinity Series racing league. Very popular as well. And then, of course, we have on Thursday our DSR Whelen Modified races. Those open wheel modified cars, they are going to be, they are probably some of the cleanest racing cars that I've seen. A lot of fun to watch. A lot of the guys get very interactive with what they're doing. So very, very, very cool to be a part of that group as well. And then here very soon you're going to be able to check out the Friday Night Slingers, which is part of this group right here. They're going to be a bunch of dirt racing fools. And then the Saturday Night Fever coming very soon. That's the Saturday Night Fever Truck Series. So very, very, very busy weeks for us. I like to broadcast 6 days a week. That's just the way it goes. A lot of fun. So, a lot of cars turning, but some fast laps. 21 of Scoggins still holds the fastest lap of a 16.885 in practice right now. And we'll be waiting in just a little bit to see what is going on. Gonna let you follow along and watch, and grab my drink of water, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, practice is over with, so now they're going to be it's going to be up to them to qualify and get themselves back up in front of the field to win their heats. First heat is going to be up, and we're going to see everybody jockeying for that position, and we'll see who comes out on top with fastest qualifying lap right here. You're riding along with the 21 of Scoggins. So far is carrying the fastest lap. Tags the outside wall, so the first lap is going to be the one that is the lap to count. The second one doesn't count with contact. You're seeing the relatives going on so far. See who else is out there. 39 of Peace. You're seeing getting warmed up, trying to turn a lap right there. Just can't do it. Out the number 4 Morissette to see if Sean is going to complete a lap out there. Not quite yet. Looks like we're waiting. So far, Scoggins is your pole sitter. if anybody else turns a lap. JR up there. You get to see that one going on, but I'd like to thank everybody for watching out there, of course, and always on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. All of the fun little races going on. And here we are. I would usually bring on a driver, but there's not too many people out there to be bringing on. So I apologize about the kind of like dead air that's going on right there. But seeing your screens up there, that's what's happening. As qualifying laps are done and turned in, throw up a slight promo for you and be right back. And you guys are seeing all of the Discord information down there. Not Discord, I apologize about that. That's Twitch chat down there, so you're going to see all of that go on. As qualifying is set, we're waiting for everything to change over. That was the No Limit Thunder series. That's going to be the series that happens on Monday. Very happy to see that series work out very well. You see tire tracks from other cars kind of running, almost invisible there. Still the fastest lap times currently right there. It's like JR is or Junior. Let's put some first names up here so you guys know who you're looking at for yourselves. All right. Brand new overlay. So you guys are seeing it all working. Richard Jr. is going to be currently your pole sitter. Nobody else is turning a lap yet. We were waiting on Sean Morissette to complete a lap, but the blank fields down there haven't done so just yet. So Damasio Scoggins is going to be your second car in the field. It's going to be a little bit of fun, unless that's how the heats are broken up right there. Waiting to see everything get underway right here at the Dash for Cash from Volusia. So what did everybody do today out there? If you're listening, type in there. If you got a driver you're cheering on, or maybe you are in there yourself, make sure you put something in the chat so that everybody can see you and hear you. I will see it, and you'll be able to talk amongst each other as well. And I always try to look at the other stream chats to get everything back and give everybody shout outs out there. So kind of enjoy doing that, and the interactive things that you guys keep me entertained with. All right, we're about to see it happen as the first heat's going to get underway. And we're kind of just seeing everything take place. Everybody following along with the pace truck right there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to happen very, very fast. And we're going right now, green flag conditions, as huge jump for the number 10 of Richard Jr., the pole sitter. Blake Cotton and the 89 are right behind. So we've got our first heat up right now. Lap 1 is now complete as everybody's getting those big drifts around the corner. You're seeing Richard Jr. just take a huge, huge lead on everybody. Adam Hanfouche is just almost 2.5 seconds behind, trying to catch back up. And then at number 2, last lap completed right there. You see the gap continue to increase right there. Richard Jr., the number 10, just commanding the lead as this race still gets underway. Quick little sprints, that's what it is. As you see commanding lead being taken. Top 4 advance, it looks like. So we're going to see what happens here. Lap 5 complete, and we are coming around the back into the front stretch, and the lead is just now shrinking. Adam Hanfouche is looks to be catching up right there, but kind of fell off pace there just a little bit. Three and 1/100ths of a second, 16.944 for Hanfouche for Richard Jr. in that last lap. It's like he drove away just a little bit and couldn't get it back. As we've got a few cars in the pits right there, that's what you're seeing on the times. As Richard Jr. is just driving away with it. One more, looks like 2 more laps to go as lap 9 is underway. In heat 1 right here, 3.8 seconds is the lead on Hanfouche, and that's it. That's the race right there. So there's your heat 1 winner. Richard Jr. Blake Cotton comes in second, 4.5 seconds behind. Adam Hanfouche in the number 2. Then Jared Rupert in the 88 is right there as well. The second heat's about to get underway in just a little bit as soon as we go back to racing. So that's how it shook out for the first one. Congratulations to Richard Jr. He's going to be your first heat winner. As we are looking to get up to the pace truck real quick. Heat 2 is about to begin right here with the Dash for Cash Dirt Series. There is that 21 of Demosi Scoggins or D. Scoggins right there. That is going to be the guy to watch on the start of this race. You see the 6 cars, they're up there relative to 0. Brian Warner's in there. Chandler, Schufler, Scoggins, Timothy Smith, and then Ricky Eschba, and then Alec Cooley. That's going to be your next car. So we got the number 3 out there, Brian Warner. Demasio Scoggins in the 21. Let's see what shake and bakes out there with some more dirt racing right here with a Dash for Cash for the. There's some money on the line. They want to make sure that they give you a solid, good race. A lot of money to be had. It's free to enter. Only one way to win though, and that is to outlast everybody. A little blinking going on back there from the 41. The 3 a little higher outside. Everybody getting outside of the pace truck a little bit there. As we are about to get underway in just a little bit. I believe the pace truck's going to hit pit road in just a second, and we're going to be green flag racing very, very shortly. Pace truck is off, and now we're going green flag racing. They are almost 3 wide from second on back. The 21 gets a huge start out front. Big jump as everybody's drifting around. You see the 3 and the 21. That's your gap right there. The 41 to 35, all drifting around. Ooh, gets collected right there. 2 cars turn. The 3 of Warner trying to play catch up with the 21. And you see the gap right there, just over a second, 1.1 seconds over, is the 21 of Scoggins over the 3 of Warner. But if you've learned anything, there is still a lot of racing left to go for the first, second, and third. You see the gap right there between Alec Cooley and Brian Werner. That's starting to decrease a little bit as well. The 21 catching lap traffic. He's going to be right on top of the 35 of Eschba. Coming around the corner. Low on the corner. Good drifting. Trying to catch that inside corner and pass the 35. But the more he fights the 35, the more that the 3 car decreases that lead that he has on him as well. Trying not to collect himself. Nice pairing. As you see, the 41 of Alec Cooley is... the 21 kind of gives everybody a little hi, how are you right there. Alec Cooley in the 41 passes the race leader, or the second place of Brian Warner. So now he sits in second, 2.4 seconds off. 35 of Eschba on pit road now, 1 lap down. 21 commanding a lead once you get out front. It looks like it's just hard to get with. And a battle for second place going on right now for Cooley and the 3. They were right on top of each other as lap 8 is complete and in the books. 41 trying to catch up with the 21, but it just seems like there's just not enough laps in the race to get them back up there. However, a little lap traffic almost gets in the way, and almost ends the day of the 21 right there, the race leader. As you see lap 10 complete, and there is your Heat 2 winner. Demasio Scoggins, second place Alec Cooley, Brian Warner, then Timothy Smith, Chandler Schufler, and Ricky Eschba. That's 1 through 6 right there. As the next heat is about to get underway very, very, very shortly. Right here on Signature TV. All the drivers are getting ready to load in, and Heat 3 is about to begin. Before the drivers are loaded, it's going to be your race leader right now, pole sitter for this heat, Dylan Potter in the number 5. And then the 99, David Moore right there for you. 25 of Brandon Bradney's going to be outside in that 4th spot. Things are kind of checking back up with me. The 112 going to be inside 3rd place behind the number 5. And that is Peggy Evans. And last but not least, Harvey Shanks back there in the back, as we're going to see some extra racing go on very, very shortly. Things looking good so far in the first 2 heats. We've seen everything come together, and now 3rd heat is about to begin. So stick around, keep watching. Someone's going to win some money here, and then we do have our super stocks coming up right after this, and it's going to be fantastic racing. A lot of money on the line, and a lot of dirt track lovers know about these parks. If it's local to you, make sure you put it out there for us. We want to know where you're from. Jason right here with Signature Esports and Signature Media. Ooh. And we're back to green flag racing. And the start of Heat 3 is the 5 of Dylan Potter. Gets way out front a little bit, but the 99 carrying a lot of speed through the upper echelon of the corner, the outset of the corner. And the 5 trying to increase that gap just over 1.7 seconds. Seeing a couple of cars get into it in the back right there. Peggy Evans right alongside David Moore. Comes to the inside and then follows back out. Let's get a little wider camera angle for you right there, as it looks like the gap has increased significantly. Last lap, 16.996. Almost a 2-second lead on lap times for Dylan Potter. 3.5 second lead, 3.3 second lead over Peggy Evans in the 112. So as it stands, they were trying to get themselves back into green flag conditions. Some things kind of back and forth. Let's catch back up to our leader, Dylan Potter. David Moore in 2nd place now. Harvey Shanks. Peggy kind of got shoved up there a little bit. And it looks like she is off pace now on pit road. Brandon Bradney on pit road as well. So 1, 2, 3 is how it's scored right now. The 99 and the 23 looking to battle it out for 2nd and 3rd place. We're going to take you over to what they're doing. See the last few laps right here in Heat 3 for the Dash for Cash on the UMP version here. As you see a heavy turn into the corner, kind of losing speed there. Looks like it took it a little sharp, and Harvey Shanks able to close the gap just a little bit, but a better turn for the 99 there as the 23 gets a little bit loose. Dives it deep, follows the corner. Seems turn 3 and turn 4 seem to be working a little bit better for the 23, and the 99 seems to be carrying 1 and 2 a little better as well. But as your race leader comes to the line, that is going to be the end of the race of this heat. Dylan Potter wins this heat. David Moore behind. Harvey Shanks going to sit in 3rd, and then Peggy Evans out there completing laps, just 1 lap down for herself. Heat 3 is over. 1 more heat, and then do we have our features coming up? And then it will be money time for these guys and gals with the Dash for Cash this Saturday. Featured race. This is how it's going to work out. You're going to start seeing drivers load in. And Only 3 heats to this race because that's what the drivers are allowed. That's how many drivers were there. And the field is going to be set based off of who won. And you're going to start seeing them load in right here. "35 laps, and it's about to get interesting." As you see the 10 of Richard Jr. winning the first heat, he's going to be the inside pole sitter. And Demasio Scoggins and Dylan Potter, there it's 1, 2, 3. As those are your heat winners. 24 cars. There's one guy out there is race control, Mr. Morissette. Very, very, very fun. As we are going to go follow the pace truck for a little bit and get this green flag session underway. A little bit more to call for you, as the 35 laps will take a little bit of extra time to complete and give you an interesting race with these guys all being fast, holding relative fast times in the last two, in the last 3 of the heats. So it did turn out really well, and things were doing. Those first 3 drivers seem to be right on board with their lap times, right about 16.9, 16.95s for all 3 of them. Pretty well, pretty nice. As trying to dig in the dirt just a little bit for everybody right there. Let's take a little look on the outside of the track, as we're going to see things start shaking up. As Richard Jr. is going to be your guy to lead off the race as soon as the pace truck hits pit road right here. The number 10, Richard Jr., Demasio Scoggins, Dylan Potter, Blake Cotton. That's your top 4. Alec Cooley right there in the 41, and David Moore, 3rd row. The 10 gets a huge jump, and it takes nice drifting pattern around that first corner, but he does have some skilled dirt race drivers behind him as well. As you see the gap starting to decrease just a little bit as he collects a little bit into the outside wall, but still does a great job. As you see the Cooley caution flag is out. Somebody got turned around. Cautions will waive during this race. And we're going to go back and see what happened really quick. As somebody got into the wall. I think it was Severson. Oh, there's my iBog theme. Yeah, it was Daniel Severson that got into the wall there. As I apologize about you guys not seeing that. Didn't work for me there, but we back up just a little bit, and we're going to see what happened there. Yeah, he collects the wall just a little bit, and that's kind of what happened. So we're going to go back to live conditions. Just nothing big. Pace truck is out. Gives everybody a chance to collect themselves and get back up. And now that the field's a little bit bigger, you're going to see all of the drivers get themselves in contention and catch back up with our leader, as Richard Jr. is going to be starting the field back out. Alec Cooley and Demasio Scoggins. Had a great battle for 2nd and 3rd going on right there. But don't count out David Moore in the 99, Harvey Shanks. Peggy Evans back there. She moved up a couple of spots. And we're going to go back to green flag racing in just a moment. Looks like we might be checking up with a single file restart, waiting to find out. And green, green, green goes again as the 10 is a big jump. But doesn't hold it for long as Alec Cooley, anticipating it, slides a little high right there. The 10 of Richard Jr. getting some pressure from the 41 as the 41 carries it in the line a little better. 0.7 of a second. David Moore on the outside. As you see the gap right there, as the 41 straightens up a little bit in the turn. Might have cost him a little bit there on his lap times. 0.2 of a lap slower. David Moore carrying a similar race pace as the race leader. And you see how the 41, when he enters the corner, back under caution once again. But the 41, whenever he enters into his corner, he kind of straightens up a little bit before he carries the corner all the way through. And that was allowing the 99 of David Moore to catch back up with him. The 10 of Richard Jr., though, he is one of those carry on my wayward sons. I'm going to drive this thing as fast as possible. Great things going on so far right here from Volusia. As we're going to say hello to all of our drivers out there. Daniel Severson's out there, of course. Shane Shepard, number 4. I've got to give a big shout out to Shane Shepard because he does follow my my Twitch streams, and the guy, not only being a great driver, usually drives the number 4, but also very active in the iRacing platforms. Guy donated a bunch of money to the Twitch channel and to the cause for Signature Esports. And we appreciate what he does out there. We can follow along with him as well and take an example for him, providing great, not only driving, but giving himself a great cause for everybody to be racing for. On my Twitch stream, there is a store. You can go in there and you can buy a t-shirt from one of the series that we host, or you can donate to the donate button. As now the 10 takes off. We're back to green flag racing once again. He just floored it. 99 of David Moore right there with a 41 of Alec Cooley. Losing ground as the 99 takes a little bit more of the inside. The 41 carrying a little bit of speed. The 10 of Richard Jr. gets a little bit looser, but we're back under caution once again. You're not seeing the laps tick down, so we will see how this one is scored in just a little bit. Unique situation going on. Trying to get those green flag runs going on, but as soon as they get started, a couple laps in, seems all that they can do. No big deal. Still a lot of people on the lead lap. 14 cars still here. As the feature 1 race is getting underway. 35 laps to go. Or 35 laps in this feature race. Looking at my numbers and my notes all incorrectly. Apologize about that. Brand new fun little features. We are 1 lap to green right now. So the pace truck is going to turn the lights off and everybody's going to be ready to go. As that is our track position as it lines up. As the Single file restart seems to be is what is going to happen right here. The 10 of Richard Jr. Now David Moore is going to have to anticipate this jump and this start because that, and the drivers behind him, because that is where the 10 has been running everybody away, and that's what happened there. The 99 of David Moore couldn't anticipate it, and the 41 kind of gets right to the rear of and just bottlenecks and slows everything up right there. As we're going to take a look at the difference, you see it on the bottom of your screen right there. The gap between first and second. Richard Murtaugh Jr., which is Richard Jr. in that number 10 car, and the gap between David Moore and the number 11, trying to carry that speed around the corner. Harvey Shanks has now moved up to third place. The 41 of Alec Cooley has dropped all the way back to fourth place. Damasio Scoggins still sitting in fifth place. Brian Warner is your sixth place vehicle. You see everybody riding around. 10 laps complete right here at Volusia. You see those dirt particles just run itself. Caution is out one more time. That was Daniel Severson up there. One of the cars up there in the up into the wall right there. Having to slow everybody back down. Richard Murtaugh Jr. is going to have his hands full once again, trying to keep these guys off. Lap 12 complete right here. As everybody meets back up with a pace truck. Richard Murtaugh Jr., the number 10, is still your race leader. David Moore sitting in second. Harvey Shanks in third. Alec Cooley in the number 41 in that fourth place position. And the 21 of Scoggins sitting in your fifth place position. 3 cars on pit road. Blake Cotton, Chandler Schufler, and Daniel Severson on pit road currently. Pit road being that inner tie line right there. Big thank you, of course, and always to all the race control and people putting on everything behind the scenes. And, of course, to Mr. Warner doing a great job of putting this on as well. Brian is a good, solid person. You've gotten to talk to him quite a couple of times. And he is out there in sixth place right now in that number 3 Scooby-Doo machine. That is your race host right there. Has the Warner Racing logo with Scooby-Doo and all the Mystery Machine logos. Very, very, very cool. See the sunset right here at Volusia. And he said, "Rural Reggie, I'm here. I'm ready to gain my spots. I am ready to win this race." We're back to green flag racing once again as we come back to our leader. Murtaugh gets a nice line on the inside right there. Still not carrying quite the interval that he was before. As those 3 cars still on pit road. Last lap completed by Murtaugh. Half a second lead over Moore. But that is something that's going to happen. Speaking of which, the race host Brian Warner is back up to fifth. He passed Smith in the Timmy Smith passed the 24 and it's now went from 6th to 5th place. Long look at the backstretch. You can see how the gaps are going to line up. 0.8 of a second off the race leader is David Moore. Murtaugh is doing a good job trying to keep that line. The 99 tries to get a little bit of extra speed and dives harder in the low line. That leaves some room for Scoggins to come back into the picture there and battle for second place. Fastest lap right now of the race to 16:9:37 of Scoggins. So he is well on his way of applying some pressure not only to the race leader but also to the 99. As the 23 Harvey Shanks is right there behind him. Peggy Evans up there doing a great job of carrying that line. She is sitting in 8th position in that 112. Harvey Shanks and Damasio Scoggins carrying faster laps than the race leader. Trying to carry, and they get into it just a little bit in the back. As you see the 99 get up there. The 21 and the 23, good race for second place. As now Brian Warner seems to have dropped back just a little bit. That is. It looks like that was the end of the race. Laps didn't count down during the cautions. It was a little awkward there. Let me find out what's going on here. Lap 21. Someone kind of disappeared on me there. Sorry about that. I was following along with them. The 21 of Richard Murtaugh still leading the race. Lap 21 complete right here under green. Harvey Shanks 1.9 second lead. David Moore now in third in that 99 machine. Brian Warner went from 6th to 3rd, up 2 spots to 4th, or 6th to 4th, up 2 spots in that number 3 machine. Timothy Smith in the 24 right behind him. That gap ever so getting bigger as the number 10 will soon have to contend with lap traffic. About half of the field distance over the rest of the field. 21 of Scoggins off set on pit road. Ricky Eschba in the last car on the pace lap, or on the lap. As the number 10 gets a little bit nosed into the wall there. Right along with him, and you'll get to see what that driver sees from the roll bar coming around the corner. This is your race leader, Richard Murtaugh. See that wheel ever cranking, ever turning, trying to make sure that he carries good speed. And right now, he's going to have some company as Harvey Shanks is right behind him. In that 23 machine, you see how this is looking from his point of view. Carrying that higher outside line and looking to try to take the lead away from Richard. And it does so right here on the back side of things. As the 23 of Harvey Shanks is now your race leader. Very, very cool perspective from watching that pass happen from the inside of the 23. And now that gap, it looks to be growing ever more for Harvey Shanks than that 23. David Moore catching up with the number 10 of Murtaugh as you see that 1 second lead. David Moore trying to put a pass on Richard Jr. just couldn't get to it. 23 Harvey Shanks still leading out front. Comes to the line, there'll be 5 to go right here from Volusia in our featured race, our feature 1 race with the UMPs. Dirt track racing at its finest. They're doing a great job of keeping a 2.9 second lead. Let's go back to our second place driver and see what is shaking there. As you see the 99 trying to take an outside pass such as the 23 of Harvey Shanks did, and then the 3 and the 99 kind of collect each other there just a little bit. Still good racing going on as I think the other drivers are beating themselves up. Oh, the 99 gets in the back of the 10 And leaves an opportunity with 2 to go for the 3 and the 99 to give a couple of more laps of try, as the 99 puts his nose into the back of the 10, trying to turn him loose just a little bit. The 3 right there as well. All three cars battling for that extra position. Oh, and a 3 gets turned, as now they're coming back around to the race leader. We're under caution, so it'll be a 2-lap sprint to the end. 23 of Harvey Shanks out front had a huge lead, and we saw the what transpired right there with the 10, the 99, and the 3. The 3 got into the back of the 99. The 10 got in the 99 got back in the 10. Hard racing right there, trying to turn somebody up the track to gain positions. As now you see the 23 and the 99 out front, and let's see, 24 of Timothy Smith looks to be your second place vehicle right now. The 99 having to back up. The 112. Peggy Evans is up there in third place currently right now. The 88 of Jared Rupert, as Ricky Eschbaugh is back there in 8th place. 99 might be getting an EOL. Let's see, seven cars out there right now. The number 10 of Richard Jr. goes a lap down on pit road. As once again, we're going to go green flag racing in just a moment. As you see your top 3 currently right there. Money on the line right here. Lap 34 of 36. Sitting under caution, as we're going to go green flag racing right here, as the 23 has to take off. The 24 of Timothy Smith right there to collect on the inside. 2 to go. Lap 35 underway right here, as the 23 gets about a half-second lead over everybody. Once that white flag waves, whatever happens, happens. That is the final lap. Congratulations to the 23 of Harvey Shanks right there for winning that race. That featured race right there. Congratulations. Very, very, very hard-fought race. As everybody had a great time. That was a good battle between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and things kind of got shaken up right there. Very, very cool to watch. Very, very intense. So I'm glad to see everybody. Glad to see everybody out there and enjoying themselves. There is the Scenic Raceway right there from Volusia. And I do think that we're going to be moving on to our next event. I'm going to pause, take a break, and I will be back with you in just a little bit right here with the Signature Esports broadcast. Want a big congratulations to the 24 Timmy Smith. Had to just wait it out and let everybody else battle themselves out after the 10 of Richard Murtaugh just kind of lost his pace, and then from there it was just a matter of time. He got passed on the outside of by the 24, and then continued to run some aggressive laps. So I'm going to take a vocal break. I know that we have another race getting ready to start, and I'll be right back with you. Well, we are still waiting right here for the race to pop up. We're going to have a little practice session. I'm going to put it up for you in just a moment as soon as everything becomes available. Running a couple of different heats. I'm going to try to bring in Brian Warner to talk about why he's doing the Dash for Cash. And session just popped up for me, so I'm going to join it for you and let everybody watch some of the practice racing going on. Screen's loading up for us, and we're going to see everything get underway very shortly. All right, we talked about the No Limit Series. Here's a little bit about the rule. All right, practice is back underway right here for the Dash for Cash. This is the third race of the whole event. So they had the 305 dirt cars, then they had the UMPs, which we just watched. We were broadcasting for there, and now we have our super stocks, super dirt stocks. Alan Morrell out there practicing right there. That's who you're seeing right there. And I'm going to try to bring in Brian Warner. He's doing pretty good there. We're going to try to bring him into the broadcast booth. And kind of one of those things that the races have been interesting. That the last one for sure, with the second, third, and fourth place cars doing a great job to hold each other off there at the end. Good battles going on. But Brian, my friend, this is Jason up here in the broadcast booth. Do you have me out there? Brian, Jason in the broadcast booth, buddy. Hey, is your mic unmuted there? Unmuted right there? You might not be able to hear me out there, but that's okay. I will send him a message. All good things come out there. As you see, the practice session underway. Gonna have a lot of fun with these cars. There's a number one for you. go to the exciting cars. Very bright white number 501, or looks like 512 or 612. Dean, my friend, things are doing very well this evening, other than I've got a tooth issue going on right now, but things are going very, very well. How are you, my friend? Chatting back and forth with everybody. Getting Brian set up.
Brian, what's going on with your mic, bro? Sorry, Jason, we're going through a bunch of shit right now.
That's all right. I know you came into the broadcast booth right there. My broadcast booth is always live, so you got to watch your language. All right, we're going to get some things figured out. Get Brian up here. Watch all the traffic up there. Watch the 69 of Dylan Schrum run around the track, and I'll be right back with you. We're going to get some things figured out.
Why, but
So we're back at it once again. Brian, I think we have it all figured out for you. Are you right there for me, buddy? Mr. Warner, you got me.
you hear me?
I got you. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about why you're putting on the Dash for Cash and what your goal is, and just a little bit about why you like dirt tracks so much.
The reason why I'm putting it on is to try to get more people.
Try to get more people. Go ahead.
My Twitter and YouTube, and I like dirt track racing because I grew up around it all my life. I've been around race cars for 30 years now.
Right on, right on. So you've been around the circuits and you just enjoy it a lot. So hey, give everybody your information about your Twitter and all, how they can get a hold of you if they want to join the league.
They can come follow me at Kush Jr. on Twitter and Warner Racing on YouTube.
Kush Jr. on Twitter and Warner Racing on YouTube. Yeah, definitely go out there and check that out. Brian's doing a very good service of letting these guys get out here and race, especially for some cash and having a great time. We've got a few guys out there chatting it up in the in the chat systems out there as well. Last race was very entertaining. A couple of lead changes there at the end. I saw you get mixed up a little bit towards the end of the race back there. Walk us through what happened there as well. You were battling pretty hard for second and third, and then kind of got tangled up right there at the end.
Yeah, I was trying to say that low line because I saw they were fighting at the middle, and I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time and just got caught up.
Well, it definitely was some solid racing from you out there, and well, good luck to you here. You get out there and practice and qualify, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk about what we're doing with the Dash for Cash right here, and we'll see how this next race unfolds. This one is worth. Yep, I got you, buddy. Yeah, buddy, I got you. I'm sitting here chatting back and forth. Doing all the good things that we do with broadcasting. We appreciate you stepping into the broadcast booth with me, and we got all the vocal things figured out for you. And good luck on your next race. You did a great job on the last one. That was very entertaining, of course. And Dash for Cash. This one's for $60, right?
Yep. Thank you for the broadcast.
Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate everything that you do, and we're gonna go back and sit back and watch these guys do what they have to do. Nope, not good out there, Dean. I appreciate you still watching. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and definitely give yourself an opportunity to watch some iRacing instead of just being in it. But yeah, you've got a race coming up very shortly as well. Dean's a part of several leagues that we do. Fantastic driver out there as well. Very competitive. And does a great job keeping everything together. As you're seeing everybody out there trying to complete some laps, let's put up a relative screen about who's got the fastest lap right now. As right now, Richard, who was the number 10 before, now the number 33, Mr. Murtaugh. Let me make sure I never want to butcher anybody's name, but Murtaugh Jr. Is sitting up there with the fastest time right there, 15.350. As you're right along with the 88 of Jarrett Rupert, and he's out there completing some laps. So vocal break for me, and I will be right back with you in just a moment. Right here with Signature Esports for the Dash for Cash. This is going to be the third. It's going to be, depending on how many racers we get in here, it should be 3 heats with the finale at the very end. Some big money going out, $60 for right here. And I know that Brian was talking about doing some more of these probably every other week, so we might be able to bring this bring these broadcasts to you every other week and give you an opportunity to watch every dirt track race that we can. Dirt track series are. I've got a local dirt track over here in the Lake of the Ozarks area. Of course, we've also got the I-44 Speedway not too far from here, and the Lebanon I-44 Speedway, and then of course we've got Wheatland not far, the Lucas Oil Speedway. A lot of fun to get over and watch those tracks, but good old dirt track racing is fun to watch here as well. Alrighty, gonna let you ride along with everybody, and I'm going to put you on the inside of the track. You see the 88, we're working that high line right next to the wall. Vocal break for me. I will be right back with you. Well, the Dash for Cash is still underway under practice right now. Fastest lap still being held by the number 33 of Murtaugh. 15.35 seconds flat on it. Harvey Shanks and the 6:12 owning that second place time, and right behind Mr. Shanks, Timothy Smith, just 13 tenths of a second off of that time. Answering all of those social media questions and comments and things out there. I appreciate everybody still out there watching. Remember that you can always donate to the cause and donate to the stream. Right there on Twitch, there's a big old yellow button that says donate. Takes you to PayPal. We donate a lot of things to good causes. And you're watching Timothy Smith in that number 22 machine take some laps around, trying to increase that time, trying to get a better line for himself. As these super stocks are fast little ditties, and we are at Eldora Speedway. Where you see a lot of trucks run here, you see these. There's just a lot of dirt track racing that goes on here. The 22 gets out of it and comes back to pit road. Nobody on the track right now. And we're just going to be waiting for things to get back to qualifying. We're going to have our qualifying session, and we should have between, the way things are set up now, we should have 3 heats. At the end of the 3 heats, then will be our finale, and we'll have some fun watching these guys go dirt track racing right here from Eldora Speedway. Hate to keep putting you on a vocal break, but I want to make sure that we get enough vocal saving going on right now. Remember to check out all of our broadcasts, of course, and always tomorrow, Sunday night. The Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League is on between, I think it's, we're going to start broadcasting somewhere between 7:30 and 8:30 Central Time, so that'll be 8:30 and 9:30 Eastern Time as Timothy Smith gets back on track there. Most of our stuff is definitely the same time. So Monday nights we have our No Limit Thunder series, No Limit Racing, of course, one of our popular brands that we have going on right now. Wednesday nights we have our NASCAR iRacing Xfinity League, and some good racing going on this week up there, of course. Thursday nights we have the Wheelin' Modified, brought to you by Innovox Solutions. Speaking of Innovox Solutions, that is a great company. They got some great cleaning products and a lot of they do a lot of good for their product lines. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them in just a moment. Innovox Solutions is a developer and distributor of superior oxidative disinfecting solutions, both for use in both the home and the workplace. Their goal over at Innovox is to provide products that quickly eliminate bacteria, viruses, mold, and mildew, odors, and allergens from environments that could be potentially health threats without exposing the user to harsh chemicals or harmful residues. If you want to find out more about Innovox Solutions, go to InnovoxSolutions.com. That's INNOVOX Solutions.com. Wheelin' Modified Series, again, that's our Thursday night race. And then you want to watch some more dirt track racing, make sure that you find the Friday Night Slingers. They're going to be on Facebook very soon. They've got a Friday Night Slingers Facebook group. You can find them on Discord as well by searching the public servers for the Friday Night Slingers. Then on Saturday evenings, here very shortly, we've got another truck series. We're talking about the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing. That is a Gander Mountain Truck Series race league. And Saturday Night Fever, that is also an up-and-coming Truck Series. So we've got that one going on as well. And that brings us right back to our Dash for Cash. Soon to be happening all the time. Hopefully, there you see that 6-1-12 going on right there. White and purple. And you see how these cars, whenever they get around the corner, that front driver's side, they're basically driving on 3 tires. One is kind of an anchor tire, and the rear is what gets into the digs into the mud, and then whenever they get settled down on the flats, that's when that driver's side tire kind of gets back onto the ground. So 3 tires on the ground driving around. That's what they do. Not much has changed in the way of the lap times. Everybody's still holding good lap times out there. Peggy Evans at 112 ran a 15.895. Scott Bellum trying to increase the lap times in that that 07. Only ran a 16.348. But the last lap time 16.545. Everything gets a little bit different when it comes to running these races. It's always one thing to be running a practice, and then the next thing to go to qualifying. So that is exactly where we're at right here, as we are going to let these folks get loaded in. We're going to be along with Justin Lawson as he qualifies. Runs their first lap. There's Scott Bellum right there in that 07. Watch that number 2 of Lawson, as we were saying before. Coming around to complete a lap. Last lap 15.615. So far good for pole, as everybody else completes their laps. Second lap, 15.8 or 15.598. That's how it's shaking up currently. Let's go and find another race car real quick and see what we're doing there. There's the 07 of Scott Bellum running a 15.826, finishing up there. Peggy Evans running a 15.939. See if anybody else is qualifying out there currently. And nobody's out there right now, so we're just going to wait and be patient. And the heats are going to start very shortly. Taking a vocal break. Be right back with you. Jason with Signature Esports. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff out there for me. And keep following along. We're going to have some great races coming up this week with all of our series. riding along with Chase Odom in that 9 car. Kind of got into the wall in that first lap, so that first lap does not count. And he's going to come back to the line, complete a qualifying lap time. On lap 2, lays down a solid 15.8. Good for 7th position currently. Heat race is about to begin very, very shortly. So, Dean, if you're still out there watching, Jake Elrod, I appreciate you out there as well. Speaking of Jake Elrod, we did some paint scheme stuff for him over there. Learned a lot about what happens with trading paints when things go wrong, and we got all that stuff figured out. 2700 Bailey right there, finishing up their laps. But Jake does a great job of driving those trucks right there. Been running a lot of races with those guys here lately with JMM Motorsports, and then some of our regular names that we've seen here. Daniel Severson, you see him on the list down there. Guy's a good dude. Did a paint scheme for him for the Memorial Day weekend races. Drives with the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League. And a lot of new names up here as well. So we got race control and a bunch of other things going on. Caleb Manning's in there as well. We see Caleb out there quite a few times. Chase Odom, of course. Scott Bellum. Randall Caldwell, good to see in here. David Moore, definitely good to see in here. Justin Lawson and Harvey Shanks up there as well. So that's how it lines up currently. Justin Lawson, Harvey Shanks, David Moore, Randall Caldwell, Alan Bergen in 1, 2, and that's your 1 through 5 positions. We are at Eldora Speedway. Quite a lot of enjoyable races done right here at Eldora. Remember, my name is Jason. I am with Signature Esports. Go to facebook.com/Signature Esports. Give me a like and a share. Share all of our events. Go to YouTube. Search in the Signature Media Esports Broadcasting, and you will see us there. And then on Twitch, twitch.tv/JL follow. And that is how you follow me there. New website in the works as well. It'll be signatureesports.com. Some big events that we are planning, and we're going to end up waiting for. It's up and running right now, and there's some things on there. But here in the next couple of days, I'm going to get everything lined up, and it should be functioning very soon to show all of our events that we have coming soon, plus our broadcast, plus a way to connect, and for you to get some tools to help yourself broadcast as well. Links, forums, Discord channels to talk to some of these drivers, and if you want to know how to get involved in iRacing, of course, go to iRacing.com, and you will be able to see just how to get yourself into this. So, here it is. The first heat, the last race of our Dash for Cash. Right here, Eldora Superstock. Fast, fast, fast cars. We're going to have some fun with them. As we are going to go green flag racing in just a moment. Long look at the turn 1, turn 2 entrance right there. 7 cars in heat 1, and it'll be Justin Lawson, Chase Odom, Daniel Severson, Jai Sanders, I want to make sure I say that correctly, Charles Bourret, and Randall Caldwell. Your 7 drivers in this heat. Number 2 of Lawson is going to lead everybody to green flag racing in just a moment. Pace truck is on pit road, and everybody accelerates. We're green flag racing right here at Eldora Speedway with the Dirt Track Series. No cautions during the heats. 10-lap heats. Should be 3 of them, and then we'll have our finale after those are complete. Top drivers, I think it's the top 3 drivers or top 4 drivers from each heat will go to the end. I think everybody raced in the last one, but you got to be, if you want to sit up front, you got to make sure that you compete for all of that. As we have a lot of drivers in this heat. You see the top 6 going right here, right now, as the 2 has a huge lead, almost a full second on Randall Caldwell in the 47. Eldora is a big enough track that we can see everything this way. Yeah, a mixed feed from the TV angles. As you see everybody coming around. A little contact from the wall. Looks like Charles Bourret got up into the wall a little bit. The 2 of Lawson taking a huge lead out front. Overhead view of what it looks like when they are coming around those corners. It's a little bit close to the wall. Tags the rear. Giving an opportunity for Caldwell to gain a little extra speed as well coming into his turn. 6 laps complete so far right here at Eldora Speedway. As we come back to green flag conditions as you're watching the number 2 come around the track. Front stretch right there inside of turn 1. Almost gets a little sideways there. I mean more sideways than normal. As the 47 and the 9 of Chase Odom, 1, 2, 3. It looks like Odom was trying to go to the inside right there. Randall Caldwell gets a bigger run right there. Lap 8 complete. Just a moment as the 2 has a 1.8 second lead out over Randall Caldwell in the 47. The 9 of Chase Odom right there as well. Just because you win a heat, and we saw it in the last series, just because you win a heat doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to win. Final lap is complete, and there is your Heat 1 winner, Justin Lawson in number 2. And last lap, and now we're going to come around and complete lap 10 with Justin Lawson winning. So almost called that a little too soon. 47 of Randall Caldwell finishes 2nd. Chase Odom finishes 3rd. Charles Bourret finishes 4th. Chandler Shuffler finishes 5th. And then Severson is out there as well. Everybody doing a great job keeping everybody together. Next heat's about to start. Alan Morrell, Justin Lawson. Oops, sorry, I'm backwards. Everybody's still loading in, so we're checking out. Second heat's about to begin in just a moment. It looks like on my relative screen, but the 6-112, the 89 to 14, the Looks like the 112 is out there as well, and then a car that I don't have a number for. Green flag racing is underway as the 5 or 6 112 right there. Harvey Shanks out front. Alan Bergen in the 89. 14 of Cousins, Bo Bosley, and Hunter Bailey, and Peggy Evans. Not particularly in that order currently at the moment. Close racing up front. 0.4 of a second separates the top 4 cars. Hunter Bailey pulls off. Must be race control out there. Bo Bosley up there as well. Kind of disappeared on me there, so I don't know what happened there. So top 4 cars, this is what it's looking like so far. Harvey Shanks out front by a full second with the Harvey Shanks out there in first with a full second over Alan Bergen. And then Ryan Cousins, and then Peggy Evans right there, real close. Second between the top 3, and then half a second as Peggy Evans is about to make a move on Ryan Cousins in the 14. We'll go back and take a look at what she's doing back there. And she is trying to take that inside line from the 14, and almost with success gets right to the inside of the 14. Trying to run that low inside. Eldora must be her track. Peggy carrying a lot of speed on the corner, as now Alan Bergen is putting a little speed and catching up to the race leader as well by the relatives. Peggy trying to make that inside corner stick over the 14. 14 having to run a little higher line because of it. And little by little, the 112 is chopping at the trunk of the 14. You see it right there. Trying to shake it. She can't do it. Not yet. She's got another couple opportunities. Go back up to our race leader, who has a full 2.2 second lead over Alan Bergen in the 89. The 89 contending with lap traffic, getting around the 27 Hunter Bailey. And now Peggy Evans trying to put it to Ryan Cousins in the 14. Right back there. White flag is out, and race winner of this heat, 612, Harvey Shanks. Congratulations on that win. Alan Bergen comes in second. 14 of Caleb Manring. Sorry about that. Scott Bellum and... Well, everything just kind of switched on me there, so apologize about that. I knew that Peggy was right there in 4th or 5th, and heat racing is fun. It is a lot of fun. Speaking of Scott Bellum is actually in this race in that 07. Brian Warner is in here as well. David Moore's also here. 57, 26, 19. Some things will start showing up very shortly when the relative screen changes over. And you'll be able to see who's in this race. It looks like the 26 is in this race as well. Alrighty, folks, back to it again. Pace truck is off, and we're going to go green flag racing once again in the 3rd heat. Of the race right here at Eldora with these super stocks. 99 of David Moore is going to be your pole sitter on the inside. The 07 of Scott Bellum is going to be outside. The 22, third place, starting inside. 57 outside. And then the 26 and a 19 are right there, ready to make it work. Pace truck hits pit road. And we're about to go green flag racing right here. There's a big jump from the 99 to David Moore. And we are underway. 99.07.22. And then, of course, you see Brian Warner out there as well in the Mystery Machine paint scheme. Turning laps and turning them as fast as they can. The inside line not working. 99 gets up into the wall. Everybody's kind of getting a little loose. Trying to settle back in to 57. Mystery Machine running a very low line. 22 goes up high, tags the wall. 26 into the wall as well. 99 out front with the 07 of Bellum right behind him. Doing a great job of trying to carry that heavier high line, carry speed on the front stretch, but the 07 putting a lot of pressure on to the leader as you're seeing things unfold. 07 dives hard on the inside. The next turn, trying to carry speed up, puts a rear bumper into him, side draft. The 99 still out front at the end of the turn of that lap. 99 carrying more speed up to the backstretch with a 22 now right there in the mix of the top three. 07 carrying speed on the outside as well, trying to follow the same line as the 99. Feather, 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 as you see the 1, 2, 3, all within 0.2 of a second of each other. The 07 dives hard on the inside, takes the lead out from the front of the 99, but they collect each other, and now the 22 is out front. Brian Werner sitting there in now third position, was fourth. As they come together, 99 comes to the back of the 22, gets turned sideways. Brian Werner making progress up to second place now. Gap is 1.1 seconds off of the race leader from Brian Werner, carrying a heavy speed. 8 laps complete right here at Eldora as you see the 22 following in line. Heavy, hard line. One more time, 99 of David Moore up into the wall again. As you see, he's trying to get back up there. Fastest lap of the race just completed by Brian Werner. Lap 10 underway. White flag waves as the 22, 57.99, all within 0.6 of a second of each other. Exciting race, but as he turns the corner at turn 4, Timothy Smith right there in the 22 is your Heat 3 winner. Brian Warner in the 57, the 07 of Scott Ballum, David Moore in the 99. Then Dan Patno in the 19. Didn't get to say much about Dan back there, but good job, good racing, everybody. It's a fantastic race. We have a B-class race going on first, and then we will get into the next session in just a moment. Jason with Signature Esports with a dash for cash. We're getting close to the end of the finale where we're going to have somebody win a bunch of money. Back at it once again. Got our B race going on right now. Someone's going to race their way into another spot for a chance of some money. The 99 and the 112 out there. Peggy Evans being scored outside. Doing a great job out there. 5 cars in this B class right now, or this B heat right now. Pace truck on the front stretch, going to come around, hit pit road. We're going to be green flag racing in just a minute with the Eldora Dash for Cash in the super stocks. You've got a lot of speed being carried in here as well. We just watched David Moore run a fantastic race, but got up into the wall, got some trouble into himself, and just couldn't keep his tail end off the wall. Do believe the top 2 are going to be racing their way in to the final for the last race. 99 takes off. 112 gets a little loose before actually getting into the gas. And now the 99 of David Moore out front. The 112 of Peggy Evans right behind him. And they are flying. Everybody else is kind of just stuck in the back. Hunter Bailey 7.6 seconds off. Now 4.5 seconds as he collects himself. Dan Patino in the 19 back there. Severson 9.7, 10.8 seconds off the lead as David Moore and Peggy Smith are going to have a fantastic battle. Last lap, you see the relative up there. Peggy Evans just a little bit faster than David Moore in that 99. So the 112 making ground to the inside. If the 99 can stay off the wall, the 99 runs fantastic laps. But the 112, Peggy running that middle low line like Eldora needs to be ran. Running that high line doesn't necessarily mean that you're carrying any speed. Just means that your straightaway speed is going to be a little bit better. But it's a longer way around on those outside corners. You see him having to check up just a little bit harder, giving an opportunity for Peggy Smith, or for Peggy Evans in the 112 to gain a little bit of speed. 1 second lead for the 99 as David Moore begins to finally run that lower 3/4 to midway through and carrying faster speeds of 15. But gets up high into the wall, tags the wall back there. Peggy Evans, an opportunity to capitalize on that to run a faster time. But it doesn't change much for the 99. The wall didn't phase him one bit. Sling of dirt, and that's what they're doing. Let's ride around with the 99 of David Moore, completing a lap right here. Feathering that gas, getting him back hard into it as you see he's catching up with lap traffic. The 19 of David Patino there. Right along with Peggy Smith in the view right here. Or Peggy Evans, I apologize about that. The 112 getting back into the gas. Ooh, just a little bit loose there. Trying to run that lower line. Getting a little bit looser. You can hear that feather of the gas trying to make sure they stay into it. Hunter Bailey gaining ground on the last lap, but still 8.4 seconds off the lead. The 99 running a high line around lap traffic. As you see Peggy Smith run 2.1 seconds behind the leader of David Moore. As David runs a high line and then comes mid of the turn and then straightens back up. Long dogleg D is what Eldora is. Hits the front stretch. And that is your Heat B leader right there. Congratulations to David Moore right there. Peggy Evans coming in second. Hunter Bailey third. Dan Patino in the 19. Fourth, Daniel Severson, of course, race control. 40-lap finale. And this is how it's going to line up. And you're going to see everybody load in just a moment. Vocal break. We're going to do pace laps. And then we're going to see who's going to win. Walk home with some money in just a moment. All right, Pace Truck is out there, and this is how it is. The number 2 is Justin Lawson out front. He was your Stage 1 winner. 612 of Harvey Shanks, Stage 2 or Heat 2 winner. And then Timothy Smith, 3. And then here we go. We're going to go green flag racing in just a moment. Pace Truck comes back around. Randall Caldwell, the 47, out there in 4th. The 89, Alan Bergen, 5th. Brian Warner in that 57 sits 6th. Chase Odom, 9th place. Ryan Cousins, 14th. Scott Bellum in the 07 is 9th. Going to start on the inside. And the 99 of David Moore just won that last session. Peggy Evans came in 2nd. So you see it 1-2, 1-2. As we're going to go green flag racing here. Right here as the 2 takes off. Dives hard on the inside. Almost gets himself really loose. We're going to see how this shakes up. 40 laps to be completed. The 2 taking a very heavy lead early as Harvey Shanks is just about a second and a half off the leader. Timmy Smith runs the inside, scored 2nd on that lap. So the 22 gaining some ground on the 2, just about a second. Whoa, the 22 and the 612 get into each other back there. No caution, but definitely side-by-side racing. Literally, I think they pushed each other into the draft, but now caution does come out. 14 cars out there trying to win some money. And 40 laps to be had as the reason of the caution. I'm going to go back and try to take a look and see what happened. It says that Dan Patno was the reason of the caution there, the 19. Let's take a look and see what happened. No, we're going to go back to live racing. Our lovely handy-dandy video popped up again. It's not supposed to happen anymore because I don't use that theme. Anyhow, things do happen. New theme built and new overlays, all kinds of stuff. A lot of fun, though. I tell you what, if you ever want to get into broadcasting iRacing with all the streaming platforms that are out there, all the tools that are available, sometimes it's just good to build your own. So that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been doing. I've been using some new software, some new programs, and building my own set of not just overlays and stuff, but just building a lot of things that work better for me when it comes to broadcasting as well. Large events getting ready to come up, of course. We're going to put some news out there on our Facebook page, and when everything gets worked out on the details. Side by side is everybody's playing. Looks like they're playing tag in the back. Pace Truck is off pit road, and we're going to go green flag racing right here as the 2 takes the corner, dives hard on the inside, good acceleration. Looks like the 22 is going to slide hard up into the 612, but now everybody wrecks on the backstretch. It looks like they had corrected themselves quite nicely as they race back to the finish line. And 2 still out front. Justin Lawson leading around the track. Laps now here in this finale, laps do not count under caution, so they are going to run all of the 40 laps here to be sure that they do complete this race. They're going to make everybody run, that's for sure. The 22, the 612, that is your 1, 2, 3, Lawson, Smith, Shanks. Then Bergen and Warner, Bellum, Cousins, Moore, Caldwell, Peggy Evans back here in the 112. That is your top 10. Hunter Bailey back there and Daniel Severson as well. Dan Patno being 2 laps down currently. And we will go back to green flag racing very, very shortly. One more lap to be completed under caution. We're going to go side by side here in just a moment. And we'll be back to green in just a little bit. Pace truck is back off. It's going to be a single file restart. The 2 takes the corner, 222. Was trying to line up a little bit outside of the line, but didn't make that work for himself. Got a later restart on that. The 612 of Harvey Shanks is on his way to try to pass on the inside of the 22, but Brian Warner in the 57 trying to pass mid-pack. That mid-line works right there into the middle of turn 1 and 2, hitting the backstretch coming into turn 3 and 4. You're seeing Warner run that middle line. It was 3 wide back there. The 22, the 612, and Warner sort of almost collected each other. Still green flag racing as we are continuing to go. No flag as everybody straightens everything back up. The 612 of Shanks now in second place, 2.2 seconds behind the leader. Now 1.7 seconds. Trying to catch that relative speed back up. Cousins in 14th. Brian Warner in the 57 was sitting there 3 wide in third. And now drops all the way back to 10, 6.1 seconds off the leader. Side-by-side racing in the back. We're going to go back and take a look at what is going on with some of the back lap traffic right there. The back of the pack as you see everybody almost coming together. You see the 47 running that nice high clean line. 3 wide drift into turn 3 and turn 4. Everybody tries to catch back up with each other as you see the 112 and the 14, the 99 right there as well. The 99 having trouble staying out the wall. The 07 running the low line with the 112. So there is almost 3-4 wide turning going on here. As you see the 112 having to slide. It takes it really sharp on the inside and has to slide ever so high. It now runs clean high line on the outside. It dives hard to the inside of the 07. And a 4 wide pack racing right here as the 112 slides up in front of the 07. You see the caution right there waving. Just couldn't keep it down. Slid right up in front of the 07 of Scott Bellman. He had nowhere to go, and she got turned. Exciting racing thus far. 13 laps complete in the finale. In the finale right here. Eldora Speedway. Interesting race thus far. Pace truck is out on the track, and I'm going to take a sip of water. Be right back with you. Alrighty, back to green flag racing. Pace truck off the track. 2 takes off. Harvey Shanks, Randall Caldwell right there to follow suit. The 2, the 612 and the 47, all within closing distance. The 612 of Shanks running similar pattern to the 2, carrying a little bit more speed on the outstretch. The 2 diving hard on the inside. The 612 is going to carry more speed as you see the exit of the 3 of turn 2 into turn 3. And now lap traffic to be contended with the 99 of Allen Bergen right there. The 2 going to have to run a higher line. 2 kind of gets on the wall a little bit there, gets a little loose. As Shanks in the 612 is trying to make his way around lap traffic as well. Having to dive hard to the inside to avoid lap traffic. The 612 of Shanks trying to catch back up with the 2. Lap traffic, the 99 down and below hitting pit road. And caution is back out once again. Reason for the caution is no reason. It's not telling me why. Still no big deal. If we don't know, we don't know. Caution is thrown right there. The 2, the 612. 47 of Caldwell. Brian Warner's back up there in 4th. Had dropped all the way back to 10th. Now back up there in 4th position. 14 of Ryan Cousins up there as well. 99 gets a lap back. As puts the 99 back on the lead lap right now. Had to go to pit road, and that caution came out, and now worked in the 99's favor to get a lap back right there. Justin Lawson, your race leader still after 18 laps complete here at Eldora Speedway. Definitely exciting racing going on so far. I appreciate everybody out there still watching and listening. Third caution of the race so far. Justin Lawson sitting there comfortably out front, getting great restarts and able to pull away within the first lap or so to keep himself out front at least to 1 to 1.5 seconds over the race leader. But the 612 gave a little extra oomph in the last one, as now the 2 dives hard to the inside when he took off there. That may be the secret and the trick to his game. Carries a high line outside as the 612 is now ready to pounce. Looks like somebody got into somebody back there as walls are being met and cars were starting to turn. Looks like contact was made back there somewhere. Missed the contact as the 2 is now running out front. 0.6 seconds, half a 6 tenths of a second faster than the 612 of Shanks. Increasing that lead up just a little bit, running just a little bit faster lap times on that last lap. 15.537 for Lawson. Full second lead now over second place, as Peggy Evans has now moved up from 8th to 7th place. David Moore is right in front of her. As the 57 gets into the wall back there. Go back and take a look what happened there. Sorry, not the 57. The 57 didn't get in the wall there. I apologize about that. Back under caution once again. The 2 and the 612 slowed up. I think somebody got hard in the wall. Maybe it was the 50. The 47. It looked like it was the 47. The 57 had come low, and it was looked like that 47 had gotten up in the wall just a little bit back there. Either way, interesting racing going on thus far. So showing me Ryan Cousins got into the wall. So the 14 of Ryan Cousins. 22 laps complete right here at Eldora Speedway. Justin Lawson, still your race leader. Vocal break, be right back with you when a race gets back. Signature Esports, and I am Jason. Green flag racing once again. Number 2, big jump out front this time. A little heavier. 3 wide drift into the exit of turn 2. Exciting racing so far. 23 laps about to be complete right here. The 2 out front by 1 second. Harvey Shanks there was sitting second. Now back to second. 47 being scored in third place on the end of that lap. Big move from Brian Warner back there in 4, trying to take that inside midline. As you see the 2 run a very, very high line. Come back and watch the 57 try to chase down the 47 in front of him, and the counterpart of the 07 behind him, Scott Bellum right there applying pressure to the 57 as well. The 612 about a full second off the race leader, Justin Lawson. Peggy Evans up another spot from 7th up to 6th position. And then Ryan Cousins had a little bit of issues getting into the wall back there in the last lap right behind her there. As you see, the 47 dive hard down onto the 57, taking that lower line approach because the 57 is closing in fast, trying to take that third place position away from the 47. He's got pressure from the 07. The 07 trying to run down that low line as well. Caution comes out one more time. Says that the 14 of Cousins had to get into the pits and got into some issues. Justin Lawson out front. They're cautioned about every 4 or 5 laps, and 29 laps are now complete right here at, or 28 laps are now complete right here at Eldora Speedway with these super stocks. Muddy, muddy, muddy conditions. You see the track ever changing as the grooves have started to set in. That's something that happens with these tracks right here. The drivers usually have a better perspective of it, but you start seeing grooves and how the trucks are, or not the trucks, these cars like to follow a certain line. So as the mud and the dirt move up the track, faster lines are formed down on the bottom of the line. But a lot of these drivers are still running that middle 3/4 track line going forward. When we get back to the restart, we're going to ride along with the 47 and see what happens whenever the race leader takes off, and see how these guys accelerate into the corner. Pace truck's going to be hitting pit road in just a second, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. You see him turn hard. That's where that works for him. That front left tire right off the ground, right along with the 47 of Caldwell. You can hardly see anything whenever they get deep into the corner. Good view of how much those cars turn hard. Into the corner right there. Look from the nose. As you see, basically just feathering the throttle all the way around the lap. All the way around the track. 31 laps complete right here at Eldora. As we're going to go back to the race leader of Justin Lawson being chased down by Shanks in the 612. High line running. That's where the grip is. That's where they're staying. As there's mud to grip up there. As you see him splashing through the muck. Slow car going to pits right there. It looks like the 112 off onto pit road. Peggy Evans now being scored 1 lap down. 6 cars on the lead lap. David Moore, last car, the 99 at 5.5 seconds off the leader. Almost a full second lead Justin Lawson has over second place. Randall Caldwell in the 47 third. Brian Warner being scored in a 4th position. Those guys have been running similar lap times and right next to each other as well. With just 4 laps to go in this finale right here at Eldora Speedway with the Dash for Cash race series. The 2 with a 1.1 second lead out over the 612 of Shanks. Peggy Evans back out on track, running clean lap times for herself right there. Had to get some damage fixed. 15.589 for Justin Lawson on the last lap. If anything, he's gotten faster going forward. .5 second lead as white flag is about to wave. Coming to turn 3. Lawson with a 5.6 second lead. Caution waves. Caution was thrown before the 2 crossed the start-finish line. And unsure of why, says Shanks was the purpose of that in the 612, but unsure of why that happened. So let's take a look at what happened there. There's the 612. Turns sideways, triggers an automatic caution. And we are under caution right now. So tries to stop, couldn't stop. Gets sideways, and that's what happened. Alrighty, 1 lap to green, and we're going to go back to our race leader. 2-lap shootout, green-white checker right here at Eldora Speedway. As lap back for the 112 of Peggy Evans. She's going to be up to speed pretty close to whenever they get back to green flag racing, so she's rounding that corner pretty fast. Single file restart. The 2 ready to turn it hard in just a moment. Peggy Evans getting back up to, catching back up with the traffic. Last car on the lead lap is the 112 of Peggy Evans. Lawson, Shanks, Caldwell, that's your top 3. Bellum and Warner right there in 4th and 5th position. Moore and Evans. That's your field. Delayed green right there. We're going to go back to green flag racing in just a moment as Peggy Evans gets back to the rear of the field. A pace truck hits pit road, and we're green flag racing once again right here from Eldora Speedway. To Dash for Cash. It's all for the money right here as the 2 runs a very high line. 47 gets up into the wall, but doesn't lose very much speed off of the corner as you see the 07 of Bellum trying to work that inside line, coming to the finish line. 1 to go as the white flag waves. The two with a 1.4 second lead out over everybody. Bellum in second, Caldwell in third, Warner in fourth. Coming around, your race winner is not going to have anybody to contend with. The two of Justin Lawson. Congratulations on winning the Dash for Cash main event with the Superstocks at Eldora Speedway. Everybody wrecking to the backstretch as Justin Lawson takes the cash. I want to thank everybody for joining us right here. Of course, and always, we love having our viewerships. Make sure you like and share all of our broadcasts, of course, on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Twitch.tv/JL follow. Look for Signature Esports on Facebook and Signature Media on YouTube. Check out the Dash for Cash events whenever they're posted. And, of course, and always, make sure that you check out the rest of the broadcasts that happen throughout the week. We broadcast Sunday nights with the Not Ready for Sunday Night Racing League. It's the Gander Mountain Truck Series. On Monday nights, we have the No Limit ARCA Series. We're off on Tuesdays. Wednesday nights, we have the NASCAR iRacing League. That's an Xfinity Series for you. And then Thursday nights, the Whelen Modifieds. The DSR Whelen Modifieds. Let me correct myself there. Brought to you by Innovox Solutions. And then on Friday nights, check them out because they're the ones that kind of help host this. Make sure you hit the Friday Night Slingers. That is a dirt group as well. The 305 Dirt Modifieds. That's another group that's happening on Saturday nights, I believe, is what's going on. So the Mudslinger 305 League, they'll put up dates on that one as well. Congratulations to them for running a successful event today. And then Saturday Night Fever is going to be a new Gander Mountain Truck Series that is going to be racing very, very shortly. I appreciate everybody sticking out there and watching and sticking through the long transitions. I appreciate you very much. Jason with the Signature Esports. I will see you next week.